Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Spooktober Cinema. This time around, we watched 13 Ghosts. The original 13 Ghosts.
1960, William Castle.
I'm still debating in my mind which is the better 13 Ghosts. I still don't have an answer.
Yeah.
This, it's a movie. I'll give it that. It has a beginning, has an end. It doesn't exactly explain the story very well. They leave a lot of important plot points, I mean, at least that I think should be in there, out. But, it's a laugh. It's really funny to watch it.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah. To think that this was something that was meant to scare people, it's goofy.
Well, the effects probably did back then, because what this film was known for, as a lot of William Castle's films were gimmicks.
Yeah.
And for this one, it was these glasses that they actually appear in the film, but they actually at the theaters gave out these like 3D type glasses that basically just had a colored filter. So that way when the ghosts would appear on screen, you could see them easier. That's why, like, if you're just watching the movie regular, like, they're kind of hard to see at times, but if you wear those, they stick out more because it gives them a tint. And that was called, I think it was called Illusiono. And
Probably. It was probably everything had a weird name.
And you know, so that was the gimmick for this one. He had gimmicks for all of his movies. For House on Haunted Hill, he would get a glow-in-the-dark skeleton rigged up in the theater that would drop down. For Mr. Sardonicus, he had the cards, the thumbs-up, thumbs-down cards to decide his fate at the end of the movie.
Right, yep.
For the Tingler, there were buzzers that he put underneath the seats in the theaters that...
By the way, like...
Yeah.
Horrible name for a horror movie. The Tingler.
The Tingler? The Tingler is actually, it's a pretty fun, really weird movie with Vincent Price. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about 13 Ghosts here.
Yep. This movie starts off with Cy, the father.
Yep. Cy Zorba, who is down on his luck museum worker.
Yeah.
Who can't afford to pay anything, apparently.
Because he gets paid monthly.
He gets paid monthly.
Apparently like $3 monthly.
Apparently.
Something ridiculous. I don't even know why you'd still be doing this job if that's all it gave you.
To show how poor this family is, the first scene as you're getting introduced to them, they're repossessing all the furniture in their house.
Just straight away. That's just like, they really hit it home that they have no money, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then, like, as this is happening, the wife's just at home having all the furniture taken away. And Cy's just on the phone with her like he has no care in the world.
Yeah. He's like, well, can't they just come get it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can we just pay it now? How much money do we have?
How much money we have in the bank? $2?
$2.
Well, I mean, I'm going to get my next check in a month. Oh, well, gosh. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Then and then that basically ends that conversation. Then we get introduced to Buck.
Yeah.
And he's just like, where'd all the furniture go? And she's like, because your dad's an ass.
Yeah. You can tell there's definitely some tension with that couple. But yeah, I guess their son, Buck, it's his birthday, and they ask, have him blow out the candles and make a wish, and he says, I wish that there was a house with furniture that we could stay in and it wouldn't get taken away.
Yeah, the beginning of this movie is very furniture heavy. Like,
yeah,
the word furniture is said like 50 times.
Around quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then there's the wind like blows the candles out, and then there's a buzz at the door, and you were actually out of the room for this.
Yeah.
So Cy goes over and answers the door. So he opens the door into this black void. Like, it doesn't look like it's like the outside, it just looks like blackness.
Well, maybe they didn't pay their electric
And he's
bill.
like looking around and like doesn't see anybody. He goes to the door, and this little like weird gremlin looking guy that they hired him because he's a weird looking actor.
Looks fucking weird, yeah.
And he's just like, Cy Zorba, here's a telegram for you. And it was from Ben Rush, and a lawyer. At this point, we have no idea like why he's being summoned by a lawyer.
Oh yeah, I heard all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a lawyer. Oh, we don't owe anybody money, do we? Not that I know of. Dad, did you do anything wrong?
To get arrested?
Not recently.
Not recently.
What kind of
the backstory on this guy? Like, he works in a museum, he doesn't pay bills, and he may have done things in the past
he
that
might
were
have
illegal.
a criminal history.
Like, what?
There was no character build up in this movie whatsoever. So yeah, they get this telegram. He goes to see Ben Rush, the handsome lawyer.
Yeah, he was our handsome man for this movie.
Yeah, he goes to see him, and he's basically like, "Yeah, you're going to inherit this house. It's fully furnished. Did I mention it has furniture in it?
Yeah.
Fully furnished, has furniture. Yeah, and you can move in at your earliest convenience, basically.
Yeah, it's his uncle that Cy actually thought was dead and like died halfway across the world.
But he wasn't. He was living right in his hometown.
Yeah, but it's like he just died here last week.
Yeah, so he just died here last week. He didn't want anybody to know he was here. He had his own
Yeah.
reasons. That
Yeah, so this whole setup is just like
very thrown
Okay.
together. So then they get to the house.
well, they get the glasses at this point.
Oh, that's right. He's like, here, he left you this thing. It just looked like a cigar box. Cy and his wife, Hilda, they're just like looking at it. She picks it up. She's like, I don't want to open it. You open it. And he's just like, he opens it. This gust of wind comes out of the box. I think, doesn't the window open too?
Yeah.
And then like they pick them out and they look at them.
And then there's the fly.
Yeah, there's just like this really shitty fly. You can see the string that it's on. They put like the bzzz sound effect in just for it to land on the glasses, and he just like sparks and
It
dies.
just electrocutes him.
Which does not come into play
No.
with anything else later.
So if it electrocutes a fly, how are these people picking up the glasses and putting them on later in the movie?
Well, see, there's nice cushioning on the inside.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But it's so weird because the way it sets it up, it's like there's just a fly around this woman, and you're like, this.
And you got to think about this from
Plays into
the
something,
people that went to see this movie.
Yeah.
They weren't told to put their glasses on yet,
Right.
so they're being shown a scene where, like, they'll kill you. These glasses are electrified.
Yeah. So now you got to put them on, right?
Yeah.
So they go to the house, and it's the classic, haunted Victorian
Spooky,
spooky
stupid
house.
Yeah.
It looks like the same house that was from the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Or I mentioned another movie, Spider Baby.
Yeah. Terrible movie.
That's a really weird movie with Sid Haig and Lon Chaney. It's a very bizarre movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the house looks like it's straight out. It's so cliche, it's ridiculous. And they show Ben showing up at the house.
Yep.
And Buck's outside, like, on his roller skates on the porch. And Ben just comes up and gives him this weird look. And that's one of the things about this movie is all the weird looks.
Oh my god, the character. I don't think the characters had any direction as to what emotion they're supposed to be showing at certain times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rapey faces.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, the kid's just skating there and Ben just shows up and he's literally like looking at the kid like... like he's literally giving him that look. Yeah, and he's like, I know your name for some reason. Your father never mentioned it before to be on camera anywhere,
Yeah.
but I know it.
I know you're Buck.
And he's like, gee golly, mister, yes I am Buck.
So where's your busty sister?
Yeah. She just comes to the door,
well, Buck tells Ben that they have their own witch.
just can't.
Because their housekeeper is Margaret Hamilton, who was the Wicked Witch of the West in Wizard of Oz, and here she is playing the role of Elaine, who is supposed to be the cleaning woman, but you find
And
out
she's
later
the best actor in the whole movie.
she's a little bit more than that, and this is like, I think, her last film role. This is like 20,
she didn't even get to
21 years after Wizard of Oz at this point.
Didn't even get to go out the high
No. So Ben gets introduced to Medea, Buck's sister, Cy's daughter, and just immediately gets like, he's like, oh man.
Yeah, the rape face comes back. He pitches a tent.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how old you are, but it doesn't matter. I'm Ben Rush.
I'm 13. Ben Rush don't care.
Ben Rush is a lawyer.
Yeah, Ben Rush knows how to cook the facts. Yeah, so he's just all over her. They get in the house, and then he talks to Cy again. And, like, Buck at one point even asked him, like, they were talking about ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Ben even just tells, yeah, there's ghosts in this house. Like, he literally flat out tells them,
Flat out tells
there's
them this.
ghosts in this house. Buck finds a yes board They say they find a Ouija board.
Yeah, and
but he
then-
takes it over, and the
yeah.
dad's like, we is yes in French, and ja is yes
in German.
I'm like, oh, yes board.
Well, why do you even say that? Like,
It had no bearing on anything.
and he's like, well, where's the planchette? It's like, this man knows a lot about Ouija boards.
Yeah, he does. He goes over to
His past is just shrouded in mystery.
yeah. He's like looking for this thing, and Buck's like, oh yeah, I found it over here. I pushed this thing, and then this opened.
wall opens.
It's like this wall opens. There's just like some weird book, the planchette thing, and then some other thing that they don't grab.
Yeah.
There's just other shit in there.
Yeah.
But he's just like, oh, here it is. Go play.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was in a secret room. Why are you giving it to your son? You are the worst father I've ever seen. So then they all gather around the fucking board, and like, of course, Buck, being Mr. Rush as he is, Ben Rush, attorney at law, 21st century.
Yeah.
They're all like, oh, if you ask it a stupid question, it won't answer it. You have to ask it yes or no questions, and Buck's just like, is she married? Or,
Is she in love?
Is she in love? And it's just like, it goes right out the board, like, I told you it was a silly question.
Getting cock-blocked by a Ouija
Yep.
board.
So then right away, Buck's just like, are there ghosts in this house?
Yeah.
It goes over to yes. And then right then, Ben Rush goes, I was pushing the no. There's no ghosts in this house.
Even after
5 minutes!
5 minutes.
After telling them, oh yeah, there's like 13 ghosts in here. The mom's like, I was pushing it to no too. I was helping you, Ben. I don't want to play this anymore. The two adults walk away, then Buck's like, are we gonna die? Like, are they gonna hurt us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is someone gonna die?
Maybe we should stop asking questions. Is somebody gonna die? Yes. And then a painting falls off the wall
Yeah,
of like
Their
the
uncle Plato, Zorba, the thing falls off the wall, almost kills the kid.
Yeah.
And then the planchette rises up and floats over to Medea and just lands in her lap.
Yeah. Then
So-
everybody goes to bed.
And then Medea says, in the weirdest, like, she was talking through her teeth, she's like, don't ask it when.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
like
what is going on in this movie
She had
with
like
the
a-
acting?
She had like a droopy voice for that. Don't ask it when.
Don't wanna go. So,
Oh god.
so that's our first interaction with the supernatural. And
Yeah.
then...
very spooky. Very spooky.
So is this when Sai goes and
Well, yeah,
gets
because Sai and his wife are curling up together in their separate beds
Yep.
in their bedroom.
doing the Rob and Laura Petrie beds need to be so many feet apart.
Yep. He's ready for bed, clothed head to toe in business suits and dress shoes.
Layers.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna go check on the kids, and he goes checks on the kids, gives his daughter a real weird rapey face. Yeah, the kids are fine. Comes back. I gotta go get a book. Be right back. And as like this is all happening, his wife is scared shitless because they heard noises, and like it was really cold in the room, and the plants died like on the fucking like table.
Yeah.
She's scared shitless, and he's like, "I'll be back." Leave the door open. He's just like, whatever, bitch. And he's just like,
okay.
he walks away. He gets his book.
And he hears noises.
Yeah, he's hearing the ghosts like orgasming.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like
They don't sound like groans. They sound like
Yeah, they're like,
ecstasy moans.
oh,
Like, yeah.
oh. So he's just following the ghosts, pounding it.
Yeah.
The noises.
Yeah.
He comes like this panel in the wall, punches it a couple times,
Just opens
and
right
that
up.
opens it.
Yeah.
So he goes in, and he has the glasses, mind you. Like, there was no reason for him to have these glasses. He just
Yeah.
decided to take them with him, because then we wouldn't have a movie if he didn't. So he goes into this room. He's hearing all the noises. Something keeps saying 13. So he puts the glasses on.
And the book that he had.
The book he was carrying, he placed on a table, and the 13 is like burning on the book.
Which was an interesting effect.
Yeah, it was okay. And then, like, 3 ghosts just show up floating against the backdrop of the wall.
Technically 4, because one was just a head.
Oh, right. Yeah, I can hardly fucking see it. They're just there. Then they just burst into flames.
Yeah.
They're screaming.
And then there's the flaming pinwheel.
Pinwheel, yeah.
which goes at him like twice. Like that's like supposed to be like a 3D effect, I guess.
Before it attacks him, it literally goes in and out like 3 times.
Yeah.
Then it goes all the way to him, backs off, does it again, then backs off, then disappears.
Yeah.
The whole time, he's just pressed against the wall with his hands up like this, like, ah!
Making the weirdest faces. This dude, I don't know what else he's acted in, but
It's horrible.
my God.
No, like, you think when you'd see ghosts, there would be, like, shock, awe, be unsettled. He's just wearing these glasses fucking cross-eyed because I don't think he could look through them properly with absolutely no emotion on his face whatsoever.
Until that thing's like coming right at him. He's just kind of like dumbfounded. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Mouth shut, just staring straight at the camera.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Kills the whole spookiness,
Yeah, it's not spooky
really?
at all.
Yeah.
Like, so then
because the ghosts themselves are like well drawn, most of them for the most part, but like,
yeah. So then he picks up the book and something burns 13 onto his hand.
yeah.
Then we just cut to the next day in his office.
Yep.
Doesn't go. You don't see him go to his wife to talk about it. No, it just cuts right to the next day in his office. He's got his hand bandaged up.
Yep.
And then like his French, English, German buddy.
Yeah.
His accent goes all over the place.
Yeah. Like foreign guy.
He's just reading them all this stuff about his uncle. That what his uncle did. He collected these ghosts from all over the world because he was going to study them and he was going to learn to control them and all this stuff. And then, like, doesn't Ben Rush show up again?
No, his wife calls.
Oh, that's right. You need to come home.
You need to come home.
Why? Just do it. And he doesn't even, like, no regard for his family at all. He's just like, why do I need to come home? You know, it's just like,
why?
Your hand was burnt by a flaming pinwheel the night before, and you're like, what's going on? What's wrong?
What? It's just the house. What?
So then he rushes home, and then we get one of my favorite ghosts in the whole movie, the chef.
Emilio.
Oh my god. He has the world's fakest cartoon, like, French mustache coming off his face. And you can tell it's paper, because when the actor moves, it's just flopping, like, all over the place. Then there's 2 other ghosts. I guess it's like a husband and wife ghost in the kitchen with him.
I think the story, because the boy comes in, Buck comes in and tells him the story. I guess it was Emilio's wife and his brother. They cheated. She cheated on him with his brother, and then he killed them with his meat cleaver.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, these 2 ghosts are just there, and the chef just very slowly goes to chop. You just hear the
ghost, like, the other ghost just leans in for it.
You just see the other ghost like, okay. And you just hear like this, oh. And then nothing.
And then nothing, yeah.
It was just like, ooh. And then like, Cy comes home. Mm-hmm. He's just like, looking at the floor, and there's all this shit broken on the floor. He's like, well, what the fuck happened here? Are you supposed to be making dinner? You know? She's like, they came off the wall. You mean they fell off? No, they came off. And then a flower tub comes up. You can see all the strings on it. Spilling flour everywhere.
Yep.
And then a container of milk comes over and then just spills for a little bit and drops onto the floor.
And then
Buck comes in, tells him a story, and a meat cleaver flies at Cy's face.
Who has no reaction whatsoever.
Yeah, he just like looks at it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how this movie goes. Is like something really crazy happens and people react in ways they shouldn't really react.
Yeah. So then we're gonna fast forward a little bit because it just kind of carries on like that for a little bit. We get a subplot now of Ben. No, Buck. Sorry, I keep getting those 2 mixed up.
Yeah.
Buck finds out that if he provocatively slides down the banister of the house, the ghosts give him money.
Yeah.
Because like he slides down the banister, and like literally $200 just comes out of somewhere and falls on the ground, and he's just like, oh, look at that. Da, da, da. So he goes and talks to somebody, comes back, picks the money up, and then Ben Rush comes into the house.
Yeah.
He's like, where'd you find that money? Yeah. Exactly where did you find that money?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I found it right here, around about. He's like, hey, can you keep a secret? So it's this whole subplot. Like, all of a sudden, Ben is looking for the treasure that's kept hidden somewhere in this house. And it's really funny how it goes about. It's like, there's hidden treasure in here. Like pirates? Sort of. Like, no, it's not like pirates at all. It's it's his uncle's fortune.
Your uncle was crazy. He just liquidated all his assets and shoved the money in a wall.
Put it in the house somewhere. Like pirates.
Like, exactly.
Exactly like pirates.
So, it's obvious at this point that Ben's after the money. And Ben's probably been after the money the whole time. As soon as he knew...
But they showed no inclination of him knowing it or wanting to find this money, ever.
Nope.
So, there's this secret between them. Because Buck is supposed to find the money. And at no cost to tell anybody what he's doing.
Yeah.
So if somebody finds him, like, pounding a hole into the wall, he's supposed to just turn over like, fuck off, Dad!
He's like, nothing's happening.
Yeah. So then we get this really funny scene where we're back at the museum office with Cy, and Ben Rush is there. And then, like, Cy gets a phone call, and it's Buck. And he's like, oh, hi, Buck! And then, no shit, like, Ben Rush is at the table, and he's just like... he's just like looking over at Cy with like this, he's not gonna squeal, is he?
Like, I'm gonna murder a child.
Yeah. Cy hangs up and he's just like, oh, well, Ben was really excited about something. Said he had a secret. Couldn't tell me. And Buck's like, well, you know, them kids. He got all happy all of a sudden. And then Buck slides down the banister again. This time it gives him like $600. And he goes over the what do you call it? Like the supports of the banister.
The railings.
Shakes them, and then this door opens.
Posts, yeah.
And there's all the money inside. So he found the treasure.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're in the other room
having a seance to contact the uncle. Because that was like the weird stipulation. He's like, well, if I can talk to my uncle, then we could just move out tomorrow. Because Ben's trying to get him to move out because he wants the money.
Yeah, he's trying to get him out of the house because he knows the money's there now.
But why they needed to talk to their fucking uncle before they moved out? I don't, because they're going to move out anyway.
Because we needed to get Margaret Hamilton in the movie more so that she could be the medium for the seance.
Yeah. And she explained, like, before the seance, she explained all this stuff about the uncle and the ghosts, and, like, then showed Cy, like, the Craftmatic deathbed that's upstairs. I don't know why that's there. I mean, it comes later, it gets used for something, but there's no explanation as to why that fucking bed is there.
It's a canopy bed, you turn a knob and it lowers.
Yeah. They don't explain why it's in the house.
No.
So anyhow, like, Buck comes back. Ben comes back. Yeah. God damn it. Ben comes back, finds Buck. Buck's like, oh, I found the treasure. Shows him where it is. And he's like, boy, you should probably go to bed. You need to get all your energy. I'm sleepy too. I'm going to go sleep. And I'm like, you literally drove to this house to tell this kid you're going to go to bed now?
Sleep, yeah.
And Will made this great joke during the whole thing. He was like, I'm tired too. I'm trying to go to bed. He just like falls on the floor and starts pretending to go to sleep.
Let's all go to sleep.
So yeah, then everybody does go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then Ben's just like, well, time to kill me a kid.
Yeah, so earlier in the movie, there's a scene where this ghost, and we'll put quotations around it, shows up and frightens Medea in her bedroom. Well, now we're switching, that ghost is coming out again. This time we pan up to see it's Ben Rush.
Yeah.
So he was the one earlier trying to scare
them. Yeah.
And now he's come back. He's trying to find the money, but the only one that knows the money's there is the boy. So he's like, perfect opportunity for me to just grab him while he's sleeping, shove him in a deathbed, and then I'm fine to go get the money.
Yeah.
So he picks up the boy and takes him into the bedroom.
And literally lobs him into this bed.
Yeah, how this kid isn't waking up, I have no idea.
He's just like...
I know sometimes kids are pretty sound sleepers, but like he's literally just tossing
There's no way I would have slept through that. So, yeah, he throws him in there, he's about to kill him, and then the uncle
ghost
shows up, forces Ben into the deathbed. The bed lowers on him. He screams. And then we cut to the next morning. the family counting all the riches on the dining room table.
It gives no sense that any time has passed, and they're just laughing, counting money, saying like, "Well, Ben killed my uncle trying to get the fortune, and now he's dead too." And they're
all there just counting the money, and they've instantly turned into like the worst people ever.
It's so weird.
Like they're all just like, "Oh, we gotta guard this." And then Ben's just. Buck's just there at the table, just like, and the maid's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm guarding the money." I'm like, who are you people now? All of a sudden,
yeah.
And then she just, the maid's just like, "Oh well, the ghosts, they're gone now." And he's like, "Do you ever think they'll come back?" "Oh, they'll be back."
And he asks her if she's a witch, and she says, "Ask me no questions,
I tell you no lies." Yeah.
And then goes in the other room, and so I guess you're supposed to think she did it. Picks up the glasses, the magic glasses, to see the ghosts and shatters them.
I actually think a ghost did it because they're going to still be there, but they just don't want them to see them.
But she, like, winks at the camera holding a broom.
Yeah, I don't. It's so left up to interpretation as to what the fuck it meant.
Yeah.
But, yeah, then that happens, then we see like 5 of the 13 ghosts again.
Yeah, like we pan out of the house, like a rolling shot out of the house as the ghosts, and then one of Matt's other favorite
the skeleton that's just on fire, like
flaming skeleton. Yeah.
Yeah. It pans out of the house, the door shuts, and it just says "home for sale."
Yeah. Okay. Why would it be for sale? They got the money, the ghosts are gone. Why would they sell it?
They even said seconds before, "Why would we move out? We have everything we need."
So anyway, 13 Ghosts to me is guilty pleasure. It really is. It's a fun, goofy movie.
It is a really funny movie to watch.
It's a fun, goofy movie. I like some of the ghosts. I like some of the stories behind the ghosts. I do like the lion tamer. Even though the lion effects are kind of goofy.
It's literally a lion with like a sheet on its back. It's fucking...
And then, some of the ghosts are a little bit throwaway, but some of them are memorable.
Yeah.
The effects for the time are kind of cool. A lot of rear projection stuff.
That's the only way they could have done it back then. There wasn't really green screening or blue screening going on back then.
The acting is not good. Margaret Hamilton's good, but other than that, it's really rough.
Oh yeah, because there's even like a scene where the kid sees ghosts. Yeah. He's wearing the glasses. He shows no emotion whatsoever.
Oh yeah, that's the lion tamer part.
Yeah.
Where he's watching the lion tamer, and he's wearing the glasses and a top hat, and he looks like Lil Jon or something. I don't know. It's like this really blank expression on his face.
Yeah, it was. And the lion tamer is like a headless body with like a lion that they put a sheet on it so it looks like it's in 2 pieces for some reason. And he's like trying to find his head. And, like you hear that, you think you see like a animal, like a lion like that in 2 pieces, and then like a headless person, and you're a little boy, and you don't think you're just going to be in there like this.
Yeah, just staring at it. Yeah, I would. If I was a little kid and I saw that shit, I'd be freaked the fuck out. I'd be like, what the hell is this? I wouldn't sleep for weeks, no matter what Ben Rush said.
Yeah, exactly. But despite its faults, it is very goofy fun.
It is a goofy fun movie.
It is one of those movies that, like, if you're having a Halloween party and you're at that point where everybody just wants to watch something, I would highly recommend it because it is going to get everybody in a goofy mood. Mm-hmm. It's fun, it's popcorn.
It's William Castle. Like, everything he did, pretty much 99% of the stuff he did, I really enjoy. He is the dime store Alfred Hitchcock. He is basically a showman who just made B-movies.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's kind of like that generation's Roger Corman.
I mean, Corman was similar. Like, they were close. In the same, they were making movies around the same time. But, yeah, definitely. He made them quick. He made them on a budget. And he made them fun. And he made them where they had a gimmick.
Yep.
So, like, I definitely recommend to people to go out and check out some of his other stuff. I love Mr. Sardonicus. I really enjoy House on a Haunted Hill. There's several others, too, that he did. Definitely recommend looking into his stuff. But as far as that goes, I think that wraps this one.
That wraps it up. Now, if you listen to our podcast, we had announced what happened with the Suspiria video. My cat decided to eat an SD card. So we're going to record that one next time, and that will be the following up video for this. So Spooktober is going to run a little bit into November this year. So
you can watch them in whatever order you'd like. The original plan was to do Suspiria.
Yeah, because we had announced that in the last video.
Yeah, we announced it just so the cat could eat the card. Yeah,
but it's coming.
That's how it goes.
So, I mean, Halloween's great, and it should last all year. But we're probably we're thinking about still doing some of these movie reviews, maybe changing the format up a little bit, testing some stuff out. So there will be more of these coming down the pipeline, guys. So thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode.